A deeply tragic and significant security development has just unfolded in the northeastern region of Nigeria, sending shockwaves through the military community and the entire nation. According to verified reports pouring in from Borno State, heavily armed insurgents suspected to be members of the Islamic State West Africa province, operating alongside Boko Haram factions, have launched a massive and deadly assault on a Nigerian army military base. This sudden attack occurred at the forward operating base, located near the strategic Banki junction, situated directly along the heavily contested Bama to Gwoza road. The confrontation has unfortunately resulted in severe casualties for our armed forces, leading to the heartbreaking death of a highly respected senior military officer identified by security sources as Major U.I. Mairiga. Alongside the major, a captain and several other courageous soldiers lost their lives while fiercely attempting to defend their position against an overwhelming number of attackers. This incident represents one of the most intense engagements in recent weeks and serves as a stark reminder of the persistent and dangerous conditions our troops face daily in the frontline trenches of Borno State. To fully grasp the magnitude of what transpired at the Banki junction, we must look at the specific details provided by military insiders regarding how the insurgents executed this offensive. The attackers did not simply stumble upon the military facility. This was a highly calculated and deliberate invasion. The terrorists reportedly descended upon the forward operating base in large coordinated groups, utilizing a fleet of motorcycles and several modified utility vehicles that were actively mounted with high-caliber anti-aircraft weapons and heavy machine guns. According to credible intelligence gathered from the area, the insurgents deliberately timed their massive assault to coincide with the exact moment many of the station personnel were breaking their Ramadan fast, around 6:30 in the evening. By exploiting this specific window, the militants attempted to catch the troops off guard. However, despite the suddenness of the heavy gunfire and the overwhelming numerical advantage of the attackers, the Nigerian soldiers stationed at the base immediately rallied and engaged in a fierce, prolonged firefight that lasted for hours. These brave men stood their ground in the fading light, exchanging heavy fire with the insurgents in a desperate bid to protect the facility and secure the perimeter, ultimately paying the supreme price in service to their country. As we continue to closely monitor this highly sensitive security situation and bring you the verified facts regarding the ongoing military operations in the Northeast, I want to take a brief moment to ask for your support. If you value how we deliver these crucial national updates with absolute factual accuracy and without unnecessary sensationalism, please take just 1 second to hit that like button right now. It is truly the most effective way to help this video reach more citizens who urgently need to stay informed about the real sacrifices our armed forces are making to keep this nation safe. Furthermore, if you want to remain completely updated on all major security and political developments across the country, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you are immediately alerted the very moment we publish our next comprehensive report. Following the intense and chaotic battle at the Banki junction, the grim reality of the encounter began to settle in as the dust settled over the Bama axis. Military authorities swiftly initiated recovery operations, and security sources confirmed that medical convoys carrying the remains of Major Mairiga, the fallen captain, and the other brave soldiers were respectfully transported to the 7th Division Military Hospital located in the capital city of Maiduguri. While the nation mourns this heavy loss, it is absolutely vital to place this specific attack into the broader context of what is currently happening across the theater of operation in early March 2026. This tragic incident at Banki Junction is actually part of a much larger violent pushback by desperate terrorist factions who are currently suffocating under the immense, crushing weight of recent military offensives. Just days prior to this attack, troops troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast, operating under Operation Hadin Kai, successfully repelled massive coordinated assaults on multiple other forward operating bases in Mayonti, Gajigana, and Gajiram. In those specific encounters, the Nigerian army completely dominated the battlefield, neutralizing dozens of fighters and recovering an absolute massive cache of combat equipment. The military seized automatic anti-aircraft guns, rocket-propelled grenade tubes, and even intercepted weaponized drones that the insurgents were attempting to use for aerial strikes. The total failure of those previous attacks forced the insurgents into a disorderly retreat with extremely heavy losses. Because the Nigerian military has been aggressively destroying their identified life support structures, cutting off their vital logistics corridors, and arresting their key local suppliers, the terrorist factions are now lashing out in sheer desperation. They are launching these rapid, heavily concentrated attacks on isolated forward operating bases in a frantic attempt to grab weapons, secure supplies, and score a psychological victory. Despite the heartbreaking loss of the major and his men, the military hierarchy maintains that these sporadic ambushes will absolutely not deter the ongoing clearance operations designed to finally rid the Lake Chad region of these criminal elements. The troops remain fully committed to their sustained offensive posture, which continues to deny the terrorists any actual freedom of action across Borno State. The courage displayed by the soldiers at Banki junction, who fought fiercely under the most difficult and terrifying circumstances imaginable, highlights the incredible resilience of the Nigerian armed forces. As the military regroups and prepares to launch a heavy retaliatory sweep to track down the fleeing insurgents responsible for this specific attack, we must ask ourselves a very important question about the future of our national security. Do you believe that the military needs to urgently deploy more advanced surveillance technology and aerial support to protect these remote forward operating bases? Or do you think the focus should shift entirely towards taking the fight directly into the remaining forest enclaves before the insurgents have a chance to regroup and attack? Please share your honest thoughts in the comment section below, because your perspective is a crucial part of this vital national conversation.